Welcome to Not So New News. Come along with us as we continue to discover an Appalachian time gone by. Today's article comes from the town of Whitesburg in Letcher County, Kentucky's newspaper, the Mountain Eagle. Volume 5, Number 4, Industrial Edition, 5th section, dated June 6, 1912. Page 17 is not named and is continued in today's reading. A Night of the Road. W. Sergent. Willie Sergent is known from one end of the county to the other end, much on account of his travels as a successful salesman. He perhaps has sold more goods on the road than any other man in this end of the state. He is the oldest son of ex-Sheriff Wilson Sergent of Collie. He lately disembarked from the merchandising business at this place in order to more successfully perform his work on the road. He has a beautiful home, a happy family, and other property interests. He is a member of the First Baptist Church here and is much interested in the educational and moral upbuilding of the town and country. C. Crawford. Mr. Crawford didn't want any write-up in this issue, but we cannot well get out without it. Mr. Crawford came to Letcher County over 20 years ago and engaged enthusiastically in educational work. He married the daughter of Uncle Madison Collins, one of our most worthy citizens, a member of our oldest and best families. Some years ago, Professor Crawford became a candidate for sheriff of the county, and after an arduous campaign was duly elected. He made one of the best officers the county ever had. He is a hard worker, doing whatever he does thoroughly. At the present, he is farming at Colson. Jim Day and Trusty. The above is a good picture of J. M. Day and his favorite horse, Trusty. Mr. Day is 34 years of age and a native Letcherite. Reared in the rugged hills and mountains of his nativity, he grew up to strong and active manhood. Was educated in the common schools of the county and engaged in teaching in the public schools for 7 years. Enlisted as a private in the Company L, 4th Kentucky Regiment in the Spanish-American War, and step by step was promoted to the place of first sergeant of his company. He was mustered out of service with an honorable discharge and returned home. Was married in 1900 to a daughter of Sam Blair, a good citizen of near Whitesburg. Took a combined course in shorthand and typewriting at Bryant and Stratton Business College, Louisville, graduating in 1904. Held a position with the McLean, Kilbourne and Company until 1906, when he accepted a position as traveling salesman for Thomas Andrews and Company, Norton Wholesale Grocers, and has been with them ever since. Mr. Day and his noted horse, as shown above, are making a tour along the foothills of the Cumberlands. Since beginning his career as a traveling salesman, he has shown his nerve and ability of saving his money and investing it in the rich coal and timberlands. He is a great admirer of fine stock and always has on hand some good Kentucky mules and thoroughbred saddle stock for sale. Wanted, coal and timberlands. Parties who have good coal and timberlands for sale will please write us and give full description of the same with lowest prices. Address Coal and Timberland, care of Mountain Eagle, Whitesburg, Kentucky. To coal operators. We have listed with our association a number of stenographers, bookkeepers, commissionary clerks, mine bosses, weighmen, and mine foremen, most of whom have had many years' experience in the coal business. We can supply competent men for any of the above positions at once. Write us when in need of a good man. Cumberland Commercial Association, First State Bank Building, Middlesboro, Kentucky, 595T. In Khaki. Morgan T. Reynolds. In the Upper Boone and Millstone sections of the county, and wherever else he is known, there is no more useful or better citizen than Professor Morgan T. Reynolds. By dint of hard labor and good sound intellect, Mr. Reynolds acquired a good common school education. After teaching a while, he saw the needs of a wilder and more liberal education, So, joining the U.S. Army during the late Spanish-American War, he pushed right through to the front and saw active service on many battlefields. The fighting over, he took a recording trip around the world. Returning to his native country, he again engaged in teaching. He is now one of our brightest, best, and most up-to-date educators. He firmly believes that it is the duty of every man to help in the battle for human development. This concludes today's reading of page 17 of the June 6, 1912 Mountain Eagle. We at Kentucky Tennessee Living would like to thank you for your continued support as we bring to you the history of the Appalachian Mountains.